तामसिक लोक जे असतात, इट्स रिटन दॅट तामसिक आर दोज. आता ना जेवायला द्या, मग द्या हे खायला. काय हो काटक, माझं काय म्हणणं, माझं ठीक आहे, पण ह्या लोकांना देऊ नका. जेवणानंतर मलाही द्या, नाही तर मग म्हणा जेव्हा जेव्हा मला काही जायचं नाही. All right? So, this is all a confusion in Gita. But whom to tell, you see? You cannot tell them. Because, see, actually it's an attack on religion itself. In the beginning, vegetarianism is an attack on religion. When Krishna had a cousin whose name was Nemina, and he was one of the Tirthankaras of the Jains. But these people used to eat meat. Meat was not regarded as violence or anything. And what happened, that at his time, the attack came through this Nemina, because he saw many chickens being killed and many cattle being killed, and he felt that mentally, he felt compassion, mental compassion for them. And he said we should have just ordinary food like carbohydrates. And then he told them better have only carbohydrates, don't eat any meat and things. So all this mental compassion started from his time. That was the first. But as a result of that, they denounced Krishna, because Krishna had samhara shakti. And Krishna, being a kshatriya, he used to eat meat. So they discarded. So according to them, Krishna was nothing but Deva Yoni. He was nothing higher. These Tirthankaras were higher. You see, actually they are the same Shambhala style. Shambhala, Gobi desert. That type of people. Alright. Whatever happened, they discarded Sri Krishna at that point. And Rama's time also, if you see, Rama used to eat meat. Because, you see, his wife wanted a blouse to be made out of the skin of a deer. I mean, it's such a small, petty thing. For that he wanted to kill the deer. That means he used to kill the deer and eat it. For making just a blouse, if he can accept such a situation, then he used to eat meat. I mean, this is a proof of the pudding. And then after that, you see, Krishna, Ram, Radhe, and then Buddha also ate. The surprising thing is, in Buddha's time, just to show this perhaps, Buddha went, at the end of his life, he went to see one hunter. And the hunter had a, what do you call, a wild boar being cooked. And it was not fully cooked. So the hunter told him that's not fully cooked, and it was delayed. So he said, it's all right, I have to go now, so better give me. So he ate that meat, and that's how he died. You see, so it is written down that Buddha ate that wild boar, and he died of that. So this is a myth again, saying that he was a vegetarian. He was not. He is ahimsa, meant being kind to your fellow men. The very funny idea is diverting your attention from human beings to other things. Of course, as we know, we have common sense. In Sahaja Yoga, we have to use common sense. And according to Sahaja Yoga, see, we don't indulge into all these melodramatic compassion business, you see. So, in a proper way, what we do is to find out, first of all, what is the most important? Most important thing is to sustain human beings, because they are the most important. They can only get realization. So they are the most important. Now how to sustain them is to give them balanced food, proper food, so that they are sustained and they are good for surgery. We are not bothered about other animals. Of course, we don't eat animals which are bigger than us, because their fibers can eat us all. But if we eat even smaller animals, actually in evolutionary process, we gave them a higher life. You try. माझं काय म्हणणं, तुम्ही संशोधन करा या गोष्टीवर. एखाद्या लहान ॲनिमलचा जर cells, if you put into a bigger animal, you will see it will take the shape of the bigger animal. Muscular muscle or any muscle, if you put it into the bigger animal, the smaller one, you will see that the muscle of the smaller animal which you have introduced will take the shape of the bigger animal. This is supposing a fish has to become a turtle. Alright? Now it must have the muscles of the tortoise, isn't it? Now from where to get the muscles of the tortoise? So to create these muscles of the tortoise, you have to put these fishes into an animal which will make them higher animals. Once they are made higher animals, then these animals, once they die, they have greater muscular power which can be used and shared by lower animals. It's common sense. It's common sense. See? So we also make provision for the lower animals. And the animals who are beyond us, we do not eat. Because it is common sense. We use common sense. We don't use this melodramatic love for the bugs. See? But we have common sense. By this common sense, we stand in the center and we try to understand how our body will be alright. And so doing, for example, a person who just eats vegetarianism, food, what does he get? All the troubles, left nabi, first of all. He can also get left sagittarian, but left nabi is first. Now what is the result of left nabi is that such a person doesn't have a proper digestive power in the muscles, in any muscles. The muscles become very weak. So such a person gets a muscle which cannot throw the food in a proper way. So all the time such a person gets diarrhea. All the time. And then such a person all the time feels hungry and all the time gets diarrhea. It's a very weak constitution and such a person is very good, vulnerable person for boots. Because he's such a left-sided fellow. Now, such a person can have also a very sluggish liver. So he is very much susceptible to allergies. For example, in Gujarat, people eat the same oil that we eat in Maharashtra, Shengdani. But in Gujarat, if you go, I tell you, at least 70% people have leukoderma now in the villages. The reason is that what people eat here, the what you call the fat of the groundnut, which does not have much of proteins, they become so susceptible that they catch this leukoderma much faster than the people who eat meat in the Maharashtra. Because they cannot fight it. So they are suffering from leukoderma. And this left navi can develop with those people. Because if you people have left navi, it is because it is an overactive left navi, while they have a sluggish left navi. So the people of the sluggish left navi get all the problems of the sluggish left navi, and it could be one of those where you find all the muscular disabilities like myelitis and all those diseases. What are the names of the diseases?
Well,
Muscular, that start degenerating muscles.
Multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy,
Sclerosis.
sclerosis.
All these diseases can come through that kind of behavior.
Also the leukemia, also the anemia stuff.
Anemia, not leukemia, but anemia. And also the children can be born with that kind of a funny spleen which doesn't produce any RBCs. So they have that kind of children, they have that kind of problems and this and that. So to be one-sided like that is stupid according to Sahaja. There is no need to be that kind of compassionate person. In this country, because lack of money, so many people are vegetarians. Now for example, people say from Bihar suffer from a disease called beriberi. If they eat proteins, they'll never have beriberi trouble. You see? Because this B complex and all that, whatever they may say. If you eat meat, then B complex is compensating. So because they cannot afford to eat meat, they just eat a vegetable oil and things like that. म्हणजे सरसो का ऑइल त्याला काय म्हणतात तुम्ही मस्टर्ड ऑइल and with that they do not get any protein within themselves, they suffer from. So all these diseases of our country can be solved. Like also we have a disease of the lungs, what you call that one is TB, tuberculosis.
TB क्षयरोग.
Huh?
क्षयरोग TB.
Kshay, tuberculosis. That also comes from the same. And also the trouble of the left Vishuddhi. And the left Vishuddhi troubles are could be what you call left Vishuddhi, left Nabi, if they join, they form the disease of Sandhivat. Sandhivat English rheumatism. Rheumatism and another is that comes on the joints. What do you call it? Arthritis. This is also left. These two combine. And also this what you call the spondylitis. Spondylitis is something different. Also spondylitis, I would say the whole of your muscles can go into tantrum. And for the brain, madness. Schizophrenic or mad, such people can become mad, because what happens with them is that they are vulnerable to the left side attack, so they can become mad. But the worst is heart. They get a heart which is sluggish, which angina, what is the, you see all these things which requires pumping of the blood better, like coarctation and what else is there?
The low blood pressure problem.
Yeah, low blood pressure, and also what you call the
valve problem.
and also could be paralysis. Paralysis one can get, because if the clot is with low blood pressure, if it fixes up itself, if such people clot their blood very
What
easily.
about arteriosclerosis, hardening of the arteries?
Yes, of course. That too, hardening of the arteries. All these things go hand in. Alright, so you see, we have to be sensible people. We are not to work out ourselves through our brain power, but through our spiritual power, means the spirit. And when the spirit says it's alright, we should say. Such people, sometimes I've seen, they are numb. And their hands feel so cool that they feel that it is vibration. Not so. They are absolutely numb people. And they cannot feel anything. I mean, like death. A person who is going to die. Once I was treating a lady, and I had such numbness on my left side that I got a fright of my life. I said, this lady is going to die, or what? What's the problem with her? So I found out she was a strict vegetarian. She would not even take what you call garlic, and would not even touch any onion. And I think some Rakshasas must have introduced this, because all the Rakshasas whom we know, say Mahesh Yogi, say Rajneesh, say this Bandasur, काय ना त्याचं Bandasuraचं नाव काय होतं? How those?
The fat little boy.
No, Bandasur is Muktanand. Bandasur is Muktanand. Then this fat little boy whose name is Raktabij. You see, all of them are vegetarians. Surprising. All of them are vegetarians. None of them is non-vegetarian. This Vaswani, this Damka, all of them. They are all vegetarians. And they are always preaching, we should be kind to the animals, and we should be kind to this, and all sorts of nonsense.
लोक बरीच पांगली. लोक बरीच पांगून गेले ते. मानवरी वाटलं तर कोण आला होता.
ठीक बोला, तोंड उघडून बोला, मला ऐकायला.
लोक बरीच पांगलेली आहेत. आता लोक जमणं जरा अवघड आहे त्यांनी सांगितलं.
असं कसं तुम्ही एकदम कॅन्सल केलं?
कॅन्सल नाही सर, फक्त त्याच्या ऐवजी आपण ठेवलं, आणि त्यांच्या आधीच गावात जे करणारे
अशा माणसाचं महत्व करू नका. कसे पांगले असणार, काय म्हटलं तरी ते एकदा ठरवलेलं ते ठरवलं, सगळीकडे पेपरात गेलं, सगळीकडे गेलं. त्याच्यात काय अडचण असेल तर सांग.
लोक जरा कमी राहतील, लोक कमी राहतील असं त्यांचं म्हणणं. फोन आलेलं आहे.
तो कमी राहू दे, त्याला हरकत नाही, तिला पण व्हायब्रेशन. पण माझं काय म्हणणं आहे की ह्या लोकांच्या चक्करात आपण राहायचं नाही. आमचा जो प्रोग्राम हे कसं आपल्याच मनाने असं भारून जायचं नाही कोणत्याच माणसाला. सहजोग म्हणजे सहजोग, कोणत्याच माणसाला भारून असेल. तुम्ही प्राईम मिनिस्टर असला तरी तुम्ही का आमच्या देवासमोर असं ठेवायचं. हे निगेटिव्ह आहे, निगेटिव्ह लोक. तर तुम्ही बंधनं द्या इथे. पण दवंडी वगैरे पिटवा, माताजींचा प्रोग्राम होणार आहे. पुष्कळ वेळ अजून 7ला जायचं. त्यांना सांगा फोन, काही नाही घाबरायचं, काय बंधनं द्या. गिव्ह बंधन टू मनोहर. It happens like that. One gentleman was a big, that same kind of party. He wants to give a program. All right. So we can't cancel our program. So I said, now don't. They have already cancelled. I said, we like that Manori program. We'll all go down there. Whatever it is, howsoever people we might get, we'll go for it. Huh?
त्यांचा होती वेगळा, आपल्याला आपला प्रोग्राम झालाच पाहिजे.
काय मनोरीला लोक पाठवले तर तिथे दळवंडी वगैरे पिटली तरी ती लोक, माताजी येणार तर कोणी येणार. असं काही कठीण काम नाही. पैसे असले की सगळं होतं. का पुढे
ते येणारे लोक त्यांचंच महत्व सांगत असतात. ते येणारे लोक त्यांचंच महत्व सांगत.
तेच तर मी म्हणते, तेच लक्षात घेतलं पाहिजे. ते स्वतःच सांगत बसतील तिथे. ते माझ्या दबावावर स्वतःच महत्व करायला बघतात. ते आपले सहयोगी म्हणजे फार भोळे लोक असतात, अगदी भोळे लोक असतात.
सकाळीच माणसं वाटली.
तर मुसळवाडीला काय झालंय, काही चाललंय की नाही? चांगलं आहे ना. मग चांगले मुसळवाडीचे प्रोग्राम चांगले होत होते, तेच करायचे असते. हे सगळे पॉलिटिकल लोकांचे मला काही आवडत नाही. प्रोग्राम असलं तर त्यांना आपल्या प्रोग्रामात बोलायचं. तर जाऊ दे आता,
त्यांच्या प्रोग्रामात जायला
ते. पण आता ते 2 ते 5 कलेक्टरला बोलवलं, वकिलांना बोलवलं, अमकं तर कशा कामाचे आहेत का काय? युजलेस लोक. त्यांना काही क्वालिटी नाही. सहयोगाची स्थिती असते ना माणसाला. ज्या माणसाला ती स्थिती असेल तो सहयोगात उतरू शकतो. हे मोठे मोठे माणसं काही कामाचे नाही. तुम्ही माझं लिहून ठेवा शब्द. हे लोक सगळे काही कुठे जाणार नाहीत. ख्रिस्ताने सांगितलेलं की सुईच्या अग्रातून वाटलं तर उलट जाईल, पण हे मोठे लोक जायचे नाहीत कुणीच परमेश्वराच्या साम्राज्यात. स्पष्ट सांगून ठेवलंय. जे जगामध्ये फार मोठे म्हणून मिरवतात ना, तिकडेच मोठे राहू द्या. तिकडे नको त्यांचं मोठं. आणि त्यांनी दाखवायला सुरुवात केली की दूरच पळालं पाहिजे त्यांच्यापासून. आता ते मेहरत्रा घेऊन गेले म्हणून मी म्हटलं चला. पण तेच काय
मोठेपणा मिळणार, आपल्यामुळे त्यांना फुकटच मोठेपणा मिळणार.
आणि तुम्ही असं करा की मेहरत्रांना सुद्धा जाऊन समजावून सांगा ही गोष्ट. तुम्ही बघा असं डोक्यात घालू नका. एक गोष्ट धरून बसते काहीतरी आणि म्हणा त्याच्याबद्दल ह्या लोकांना तर मुळीच मान नाही. ते म्हणतात हे भिकारी लोक, त्यांना काय माहिती. मेहरत्रा त्यांचे हे कष्ट आहेत म्हणजे काय. त्यांचंच म्हणणं असं आहे की हे सगळे महाभिकारी आहेत, सगळे भिकारी आहेत. इथून भीक मागायला इथे आले, कामं काही करायची नाही. अशा आपल्याकडे पुष्कळ मिळते. म्हणा तुम्हाला परदेशात तर कशाला पाहिजे. तुम्हाला फक्त हे की ते गोरे लोक आहेत म्हणून तुम्हाला असं वाटतं. इथल्या लोकांना द्या ना म्हणा जमीन. अशी तुम्हाला किती पाहिजेत आमच्या गावातच आम्ही पाठवून देतो. तुम्हाला किती पाहिजेत तुम्हाला. चांगले कपडे काढून शेंड्या बिंड्या लावून व्यवस्थित नाचतील तासल. आणि हाड निघालेले अगदी हाडके कुडके सगळे पाठवून देतो. नसतील निघाले तर काढून देऊ म्हणून हाड. काय बात आहे. आपले श्रीमंत लोक कुठे ना कुठे चिकटलेले बघा. सगळे जेवढे श्रीमंत आहेत ते कुठे ना कुठे चिकटलेले. बरं हे राजकारणी कुठे कुठे. आता ते समाजवादी म्हणा, सोशलिस्ट एक रोज तर ते म्हणाले माताजी तुम्ही संजीव रेड्डीला कशाला बरं केलं, तुम्ही का गरीबाला करा. अहो म्हटलं गरीबालाही केला, पण तो आला तर त्याला केलं तर काही तो काय कामात तर गेला काय. अहो त्यालाही केलं आणि इतरांनाही केलेलं आहे आणि अनेकांनाही केलंय. आमच्याकडे हे नाही. पण म्हटलं तुमचा समाजवाद नुसता डोक्यात आहे, आमचा समाजवाद कार्यान्वित. गोष्ट खरी. तुम्ही म्हणा बडबड बडबड करू का तुमचा समाजवाद होणार आहे का. आम्ही समाजवादी अमुक ते. उद्या जर तुम्हाला एखादी जर मिळाली एखादी फॉरेनची गाडी तर घेऊन पळणार तो. कसला समाजवाद तुमच्या हृदयात गेलेला आहे का. आम्ही मेहनत करतोय, तुम्ही काय मेहनत केली. म्हटलं म्हणे माताजी आम्हाला पटत नाही. म्हटलं पटणारच नाही, कारण काही रजिस्टरच होत नाही ना तिकडे. सगळं आधीच भरून ठेवलंय दुसरं काहीतरी. म्हणजे सायन्सनी केवढे शोध लावले. म्हटलं टोटॅलिटी मध्ये काय बघा. सायन्स इंडिव्हिज्युअली नाही बघायचं. इथे त्यांनी एक मानलं झालं, पण टोटॅलिटी मध्ये विध्वंसक आहे सायन्स. हे मानलंच पाहिजे. टोटॅलिटी मध्ये काय निघाला त्याचा अर्थ तो बघितला पाहिजे. एक फायदा आहे मात्र सायन्सचा, सगळे घाबरून बसले. एकच फायदा, तिकडून ह्यानी जर बटन दाबलं आणि तिकडून त्याने जर बटन दाबलं तर दोघी देशावधी खडून जाणार. There's only one advantage of science is that every country is afraid of each other. That's the advantage we have reached of science, which we must accept. See, we must congratulate them for this great thing that they are all frightened of each other. America is frightened of Russia. Russia is frightened of America. That's a very big thing. You see that? They are frightened of each other. So they are not fighting and keeping quiet. They have created this monster and now they are afraid of the monster itself. This is like that with the Frankenstein, you know. That I felt that Frankenstein is very symbolic picture. We showed that you made a man who started eating you off. All right, now have you had your dinner, lunch? Now the second party has to go, and I would also like to go. आता तुम्ही असं करा, थोडंसं धुमाळांना सांगा, तुम्ही सांगा काही काळजी करू नका, आम्ही 8-10 माणसं जाऊन लोक एकत्र करतो. माताजी 7 वाजता येणार, सांगून दे. काय त्याला आहे मोठं करायला, एक बैलगाडी सजवायची, आणखी काय पाहिजे त्याला एका गावामध्ये, काही त्याला लागत नाही. पण ते पॉलिटिकल लोकांचे